welcome to another episode of Secrets for an Inspirational Life. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the eternal quest of every soul, and that is the search for the meaning of love. Wow, what a quest that is. And it is that unexplainable enigma that has fascinated all of us since pre-eternity until eternity. And no one really has the real answer as to what makes love so intriguingly beautiful and magnificent. It is that mysterious force that makes it so magical. Love is the life force, that makes the universe exist, and it gives meaning to each breath. If it were not for this ethereal phenomena, there would be no reason for anything to exist. And divine love, that special kind of love, is what binds our souls together. One of the main reasons I believe that we become miserable and suffer and filled with sadness is that we feel unloved. It is the feeling that something essential is missing from one's life, and that makes our life feel incomplete. It is in the face of this deep, unexplainable ache that people set out in search of love, with the desperation just like that of a man dying of thirst. And being in love with anyone, that feeling. It's like we are dying to our old life and being reborn into a new dimension. We all know that feeling of falling in love. And no one ever complains of being in love or wants it to be taken from them. But all of us want to be loved even more. And the manifestation of our physical being in this world comes from our divinity. It's something far higher than we could ever understand. Now, each of us, every single one of us, has universes within us, spinning in the hemisphere of the magical and mystical. And this eternal quest that we all know about is this search for true love. Every single created being, whether it be human, bird, animal, plant, is all yearning for this ocean to bathe in, and it can come in many forms, and yet it is formless. Its magnificence overpowers all things, and it is the most powerful energy on earth. If we just look around us, the heartbeat of every single thing is the spark of all creation, to love and to be loved. What is more beautiful than this? And unless we are able to look and see with the eyes of love, we cannot see things in their true form. And then we have searched for love in all the wrong places. Because to find love is to have searched in the right place. But where is that right place? This is the question upon everyone's lips. We think that it is something to be found in the material and physical world, and we strive after anything and literally everything that tries to fill our emptiness. But love is so close to us that we often overlook it. The very place where it is hidden and waiting to be found is within us. The day we are born, we come into this world, somehow forgetting that love brought us here. And that because we were loved by God, we were created amongst all of creation to be a vessel of this glorious and unseen reality. Our whole purpose is to discover and to awaken to the most subtle of beauties that we could ever experience. Yet we could never explain what true love is. The honorable state of love is the most fulfilling and important experience we can have. And you know yourselves, we can't compare love to anything. There is no comparison. It is a unique and heavenly grace. And the most wonderful thing is that sometimes we don't realize is that love is in constant search for us. It is what brought us here into the physical plane. Love whispers to us to seek friendships, relationships, and the ever-continuing possibility of meeting hearts. Love is not the destination. It is actually the cause of everything. Everyone we meet has wounds upon their heart, and everyone is waiting for someone to scatter the seeds of love amongst their tears, and to be patient enough to wait for their beautiful fragrance of dreams to awaken once more. There is something far greater than us that has brought us all together with the people that share our life. Of all the relationships that we establish in our lives, there is a reason for each one of them, and it is a hidden mystery. It is up to us to find and explore what has connected each of us with one another. Love magically arranges for us to meet the people that we do along the way, and the source of all things operates through us. Each and every one of us thirsts for love. Yet, sadly, we forget that the only fountain that can quench this thirst resides deep within the river inside of ourselves. When we are able to open ourselves completely, an alchemy of enlightenment will take place, which gives life another type of sweetness, one that poets and artists and singers rejoice about. And it is through that gift that we are able to share a glimpse into the eyes of love. Love is the passage of unity, the process through which the electromagnetic vibrations produced by the heart and mind are working hand in hand, thereby opening the way for us to reach spiritual elevation. We do not realize that we are part of a matrix of transformation when we find ourselves falling deeply in love or loving someone without any expectations, loving for the sake of love itself. It has the power to take us into a state of purification where everything else dissolves around us that is false, and we become elevated to a higher consciousness. The language of the heart is universal and timeless. There is nothing quite like it that can bring people together into the realms of compassion. It is the magical ingredient that is able to make everything ethereal with just one whisper of our name. Imagine that, one small whisper. And we are all looking for a love so great that we would travel to any destination, the whole world and beyond, just to be sure to find it. Every step we take, whether we realize it or not, is the journey towards the ocean that we long to swim in, to be welcomed with open arms, to feel as if we belong in the embrace of our beloved, who will lift us towards the infinite worlds of joy and pleasure of a sublime kind that remains an enigma, even to us. When we hear the call of love, it appears as if from nowhere, and at that moment we hear its name. That is the exact and precise time that a fragment of heaven pierces our heart, allowing the light to stimulate our soul and makes the unseen visible. Everything becomes more beautiful when the flame of joy touches our wings, fanning the yearning to join real love. We are only able to fly when something has been lit inside of us and we become as one with the eternal force. It is this intensity in all of us to become part of the beloved that gives us the courage to pursue the fire of passion that is able to turn all illusions of separation. One of the greatest secrets is the call of the heart and the realization that every stage we pass through on the path of love is needed for the soul to find its way back home. I wish that we all find this beautiful, magical love, and I wish that for you also. Until next time, look after yourselves and lots of love. Take care.
Thank you for listening to Secrets for an Inspirational Life, brought to you by your host, Mimi Novic. Please remember to subscribe to the podcast and see you in the next episode. For more information about Mimi Novic and her books, music, and inspirational work, take a look at her website, www.miminovic.co.uk.